Phew.
So how are you doing, Jeff?
Fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm in high dudgeon, as they used to say about
I noticed
a century
that.
ago. I'm ready to go.
Okay, well then we'll keep going.
Well, this guy cut me off on the highway as I was racing down here.
We'll keep going to Ruth. Ruth?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
Hi, Ruth.
Hi. I was going to ask a question, but I'm going to leave it alone, okay, because everybody have their own theory about different things. But I do want to ask this. The Bible, I mean, what exactly do you not believe about the Bible? I mean, this is my first time turning up.
I don't particularly believe any of it. That doesn't mean that I believe the opposite of everything that it says, but I have no particular reason to believe that the Bible has anything more to tell me than Alice in Wonderland.
Okay. Okay, if you don't believe that, why would you have to sit on TV and ask the question? Why would you have to prove yourself to people?
Because...
May I take this one?
Jeff?
2 calls ago, we had a guy who was arguing with us about, the origin of the universe and stuff. And because we didn't agree with him, he threatened us. He said, well, after you're gone, you're gonna have to pay for, I forget his exact words, but it's the story, right? That all people not Christians are told by Christians that they deserve to have some horrible thing happen to them after they're dead. And because a lot of Christianity involves people going to church and telling one another what horrible people we are, just because we don't believe, that we find it necessary to band together for, mutual protection and to put a show on like this so we can show you we're not horrible people.
I understand where you're coming from.
That's why.
And I didn't think that guy, I think he put it in the wrong perspective to try to say what the Bible was saying, since, and I believe in the Bible myself, But what he was trying to say, which I think he came at you the wrong way, was that if you don't believe or if you're not saved when you leave this earth, and that you would be punished.
Yeah, and that's the threat, and that's a huge, horrible insult.
What the Bible...
How dare you people say that about us?
I mean, okay, but...
That is so cruel.
You can listen to
and
me.
It's unfair. We're not bad people.
I mean, what I'm saying, what the Bible said.
I don't care. You're in a religion where they say that in their holy book. Don't you see how incredibly prejudiced that is?
I said, if you're not saved, if you're not saved when you leave here,
Yeah. Well, I don't intend to get saved. I don't think Christianity... Ma'am, I don't think Christianity makes very much sense. I have no intention of being saved. But I do think it's incredibly rude for Christians to go around, for Christians to venerate a book which says that I deserve to be punished just because I don't sign up.
If you're not saved,
that's what I'm talking about.
Because you don't believe in the Bible.
Well, what's the difference? I have no intention of being saved. Does that mean I deserve to be punished?
That's what I'm saying. I'm speaking from my perspective. That's what I'm speaking from my perspective.
So you don't think I deserve to get punished if I don't get saved? You don't think I deserve that?
See, I'm not judging you.
But you're in the religion which teaches that. Come on. Come on, do you believe it or not? Do you think the Bible is wrong when it teaches that people like me deserve to be punished?
That's not for me to say.
You're in the religion that teaches you that. Do you believe it or not?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then you're exactly the kind of person who's prejudiced. You are a bigot. You're prejudiced against people like me, ma'am. That's why we have this show.
But this atheist, antichrist people will come in this world and try to turn the holy people around, say, well, there's no God. How do you wake up in the morning?
I thought the holy people would be gone already.
How do you wake up in the morning? By God.
What?
You wake up by God. He wakes you up. He makes
No, look, ma'am. Look, I don't mind if you want to believe that, because that's not terribly insulting. I think it's kind of silly,
that's your belief,
but I don't find it insulting. But when you go, but when you're in a religion which makes a big deal about teaching its members that people like me deserve to be punished, I'm gonna.
I didn't put that deserve in there. You're saying deserve.
Look. That's what it teaches in your book. You said so, right?
I didn't say deserve. I said if you're not saved.
I don't deserve it, but I'm gonna get punished anyway. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're going the devil's way because he obviously got your mind clicked up to say, hey, I don't believe in God. When you know there's a Jesus.
So he does deserve it.
Look, so you're saying I do deserve it. Look, ma'am, the fact is you're in a religion that is prejudiced against a relatively small portion of the population, right? I mean, atheists are not a big chunk of the American citizens, but we exist, and I just think it's really... it's about time for Christians to confront the fact that their religion is prejudiced against people like us.
Oh my God!
I think that's what it is.
You need help.
I need help, huh?
You do
Okay,
need help.
fine.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, but what we don't need is to constantly hear from folks like you that we deserve to be punished just because we're not in your club. There's no level on which that is nice or fair or anything other than bigotry.
I'm surprised you didn't mention that the punishment is being tortured forever. They don't all say that.
They don't all say that. I tend to stay off that point because, then it turns into it's not I've had these discussions devolve to where, it isn't even really punishment. Some Christians will back down in the face of being, having their noses rubbed in their own prejudice. They'll back all the way down to, it's not a punishment really. You just don't get to be with God. At which point I say, I'm already not with God. What's the big deal? Sigh.
Sigh.
Sorry, go ahead. Do another one.
Okay.
I'll
Harry.
try to shut up on this one.